What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many I really got? Mean it's too many options. Finna pass on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walk me down, whole time I know he got some pulling him. Extra shit, bully that blowing him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they're in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand down and party at the party playing with his notes now. And Papa got a real case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedestal. Drop, fuck him up. I must do myself. Why you pulling like a bitch, ain't you? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably...
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
We got the homie Apex Leon in the building. What's going on, dog? How you feeling?
Gia, back at y'all with another one.
Hey,
glad to be here, bro. I took this shit personally, like MJ.
Hey, bro. No. We about to have a good time, and we about to cook on all this. Let me finish saying what up to everybody in the chat. We got Kobe Tier in the house. What's going on, Kobe? We got Bat Dan's Thoughts. We got Mysterious Stranger. We got Dennis in the house. We got W. Mir, the Curly Ray. All right. We got the Prime in the building. We got Antonio Lopez, Sin Havoc 5150. All right. And man, it's a bunch of the homies in the building today. We got Nessa Noel in the house. What's going on, Nessa? All right. And then, hey, I ain't gonna front. This comment had me just rolling, bro, because I'm like, obviously, they must not know like how we get down over here, and that's cool. And what's funny is I wasn't even gonna do the opening little rigmarole, bro, but I feel like I have to now, just because somebody told me to start.
Yeah, take your time, bro.
You know what I mean, bro? Like, bro, on my life, I was not about to do the opening rigmarole, bro, because I was like, yo, we about to, you know what I'm saying, just hop in, and then I saw that, and I was like, well, now I kind of gotta do it. You know what I mean?
And I asked the homie, I said, hey, man, can we dual stream? Because this topic, man, it kind of hit home too hard for me, man. Because as Sky already knows, I've been on the socials, you know what I'm saying, with the badge out. Stop and frisk. You know what I'm saying? I need you to pull the shills out your pockets, you heard?
Yeah. Hey, man, we are about to get to it, yo. We got Josh Herrera saying world's finest. We got Robert Harrison in the building. What's going on? He said, pulling up to someone's stream and rushing him is crazy. I ain't ever seen him in the chat, bro. Right? Like, come on, man. I ain't ever even heard of this guy. It's like, all right, man. Cool. Right? Like,
right.
Nah, I think people just feeling a little sensitive because of that thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is, bro. And they know this shit about to get ugly. Y'all know about Bubba Sparks, bro. They don't know nothing about Bubba Sparks, bro.
Facts. Bat Dan, Sin, Cool One, Josh, Frank C. I see y'all. Appreciate the love.
Yes. Make sure y'all go to Apex Leon stream and hit that like button as well. And that subscribe for sure.
For sure.
He said every big show has opening credits. Relax, right? Crazy, bro.
Facts.
Relax.
I ain't never been to anybody's YouTube channel live that ain't had a long intro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, just hold your horses.
For the people to come.
You're gonna see biscuits. Trust me.
How's it going?
That's a bar, bro. Just hold your horses, bro.
You gonna
Because
see
you're gonna see biscuits,
That's
bro.
a
Trust
bar.
me. Trust me,
Love
bro.
it.
That's a bar. Hey, look, anyway, bro, let's go ahead with this rigmarole real quick. We are on that road to 5K. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button, that subscribe, as well as that notification bell, and sharing the content out to me and the homie Apex Leon's channel. You did? Because he's been doing great things over there and will continue to be doing great things going into the future. You did?
Appreciate that.
We are the originators, the creators, well, look, whatever they want to call us, bro. The engine, right? Like, I mean, how many more ways? The tip of the spear, bro. Right? I'm trying to get that conclusion of Zack Snyder's DC arc over on the Netflix platform, and have been using these two hashtags as the vehicle to do so. You dig? So if you want to rock out and see that conclusion, we only ask 3 rules of engagement: that you guys be positive when using the hashtags. Please don't mix them, and also don't tag or mention anybody over at WBD. We're strictly just talking to Netflix. You dig? ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following to and subscribe to, as well as Apex Leon, because all the pertinent information will be coming from one of us. And last but certainly not least, if you guys want to sponsor a stream, make sure you guys or whenever you guys give super chats, we go ahead and we tally those up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom of the screen, just like the homie the good Austin does right now. You dig? So let's go ahead and get caught back up with the chat, and then we'll get started with the show. You dig? We got W Mir with the $2 super chat saying, Scott, I sent you a DM on X. All right, I'll go look at that right now while I go ahead and give you this drop, bro. We about to get to it. You dig? You know what? I'm feeling petty right now, bro. I'm feeling petty right now.
It's going great. I've been looking all over for you. The people that Red Roof Inn told me you were over here. So, listen, here's the thing. I have been really, really happy since I moved to Hollywood because I did the niftiest, neatest, coolest thing. I totally sold my soul to Satan. I had to kill a young child to do it, but it's awesome because ever since I've done it, I've been totally rich. I made Scooby-Doo. I've got 2 more movies going into production in April. What's one kid when it, comes to all my talent that I have to share with the world? People say bad things about the Dark Lord. I think he is a sweet and swell guy. So anyway, I just got a new deal with Disney to create a movie called Phlegm Wallaby, about a jive-talking, rapping wallaby made of phlegm. Everyone I tell it to laughs so hard at everything I say. In fact, when I talk, people are pretty much laughing all the time ever since I sold my soul to Satan. And anyway, praise Satan.
Yeah. Right. He said, this is why your channel isn't growing. if he's not been around here. If he's not been around here, bro.
But before we cook this goof, hey, thank you, Austin, for the shout out.
Oh my
and
God,
thank you, Sin
bro.
Havoc, brother. Appreciate y'all,
bro.
W Mir as well, and
yes, bro.
Qatar as well for showing
bro.
love to your boy.
Nah, this is dope. Hold on, let me go and see if I can add this. Yeah, dig. But yeah, any early thoughts before we get started with the topics, bro?
Hey, like I told the chat, beware of wolves in sheep's clothing and snakes pretending to be lassos.
Yeah, bro. Cause it's about to get surgical. We about to get surgical in here.
I know people get annoyed when I come through sometimes and I say things with a certain ire in my tone and a certain, I don't know. It's like a authoritarian attitude, I guess. I'm not trying to be that way, but then when I end up being right, you see why.
So let's go ahead and let's get started with the first topic. You dig? Because here's the thing, bro. Not only when we were having the conversation, I think not the one from like 2 days ago, but the one prior to that, right? We had specifically been speaking on the fact that with it getting closer and closer to the release of this film, that there was going to be more behaviors that was going to be made. I mean, like laid the bare, right? Like there's only one way to go, right? When you have been doing certain things and you've been positioning yourselves in these ways of like trying to critique James Gunn stuff, but always leaving that room to wiggle out. Like that's the thing, right? Like nobody wants to stand on anything anymore, bro. And you see why? Because when you don't leave that wiggle room to then wiggle your little your ass out later, right? It becomes this thing where you can't get away with that shit. Like it's just there's no way to hide it, right? Lately we've seen a tremendous amount of people start to change their tune on certain things. We have people that have been, I mean, supposed content creators and stuff, and they swear that they're just regular fans, and they're doing puff pieces on Superman ice cream, right? They're doing puff pieces like trying to say, hey, this movie can only make $500 million, right? And it could be a success, right? Bruh, for years, the conversation was not only does Zack Snyder have to make a whole bunch of money, which he was in the process of doing, but he also had to have a critical success as well on all of his films. And when there was not both of those, which was the first time that I had ever seen any type of situation where a franchise had to be making a whole bunch of money and pleasing the critics, right? Usually it's just one or the other, right? How long have people been complaining about these Transformers movies, bro? As I always famously bring up, and there's about 7, 8, 9 of them up, right? And they're continuing.
Facts.
They are continuing and have been the ire of critics for decades, right? But they make money. And so that fan base is serviced, right? We have been the only fan base ever that I've seen, bro, that has had to like do these things where it's like you have to make a bunch of money and have the critical success too. So the gymnastics that have been gone through to not only cape for this guy when everybody knows that this movie looks fucking bad, right? So now the bar is being lowered once again, and now you got people that should know better, bro. They should know better, dog. Like, this is the thing. We are at a point where, bro, like, how many times have we said that these things were going to happen and then they take place like immediately after we say that shit? Right? Like, there's been several things.
Say that last part one more time. My fault.
I was like, how many times recently have we been having a conversation about something and then that shit is laid to bare like almost immediately afterwards, right? Like,
lately it's been like damn near within a 24-hour span.
Exactly. Right? So the fact that we've continued to kind of call these things out, and yet we're the ones that aren't, we don't know how Hollywood works, right? I had just said, hey man, they're gonna go out and say that fucking movie, the budget was actually closer to 363, and then the very next day, all of a sudden, oh, it's in the Hollywood Reporter, right? But where are they, bro? Where were they in that stream telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about? Right? Where are they, bro, when we're sitting here literally having these conversations where they're proven wrong in fucking real time, right? They'll come to a stream like this, right? And be in the chat trying to rile shit up, and it's cool. Thanks for the engagement. I ain't even tripping, right? Come back, bring your friends.
Right.
We're at a place now, bro, where I'm really glad that you're here because like we've both been talking about this, but there's been an angle specifically that you've been taking. And I think that your angle had been pretty much proven true today, right? So if you want to kind of go ahead and start touching on that, bro, and you can actually play that video whenever you want. I will just let you play it. It should be in the back. Hold up, and if it's not, then I'll put it.
Oh, the recent one, yeah.
Yeah.
So the angle that I've been taking is kind of simple. It's like, all right, I understand that we're all okay. So if you look at this fandom and any fandom from like a sociological, psychological perspective, just looking at the behaviors of everybody, right? If you're within a structure of people and that structure of people has been berated by the outside, right? When you see people that have been on the outside, that have been on that side of berating you, if they sound like you, all of a sudden you get excited, you get happy, and you want to share their information because it's like, wow, they're on my team now. And I've been seeing a lot of that going around where people are clamoring to find people that are like them. And these particular individuals,
it's in the back.
Appreciate it. These particular individuals are YouTubers, insiders who've been in the game for a hot minute, right? They're people who clamor for access to red carpet events, etc. So I've always just warned people like, hey, chill on sharing these individuals because I see right through them, right? 1 minute they'll be talking your language, the next minute they'll be filtering in this propaganda style.
How many times have we seen this shit happen, bro? Like, how many times has this played out?
Literally since day one of the fandom,
bro. We've seen this shit
back before the cut even got released.
Dozens of times, bro. Dozens.
Yeah. Dozens. Countless times.
Dozens.
Right? So I always find it fascinating when people such as ourselves, we often get that kind of like that side eye because people are looking at us like we're being arrogant. And it's like, nah, man, we're not coming from a place of arrogance, not in totality. We're coming from a place of, hey, it's almost like a cultural thing. Like, hey, man, look, all right, we're just going to let you fall on your face and see what happens kind of thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so to be more specific, this particular guy that we'll show in a bit, I had come out a few times.
I'm gonna put it on loop
for sure. I came out a few times, and I warned people just little by little, like, hey, be careful on, making this guy a champion.
I have been sharing some of his videos on this channel with that same, with that same warning.
Yep.
Right? Like, hey guys, we've kind of been saying a lot of this shit this whole time, and yet, it seems like, there's like a willingness to pedestalize a lot of these people in certain ways when they continue to show up and do shit like this.
Yep. Yep. And
close to the release of the film too, right? Yeah.
Oh, do you have that one video that there's two. There's one that's longer. There's a shorter clip that's recent, but the other one,
I'll find it.
It's okay. It's one that I had tweeted out. It was the one that got tweeted out, and I had reposted, and I gave that lengthy explanation, like, "Hey, man, y'all gotta chill, because this dude's doing that propaganda shit."
Yeah. I found the shorter one. Hold on. Let me grab something, and then yeah, I'll go ahead and
I'll send it to your DM, if anything.
For sure. Yep.
Just in case we were on a. So yeah, just to wrap up what I was saying, pretty much like, ain't nobody trying to police nobody or whatever, because I understand everybody wants to, be their own person or whatever. And look at us like, oh, you guys ain't shit, you guys ain't leaders, you guys ain't that. Woo, woo, woo. Cool, man. That's great. Judge us however you want. Label us however you want. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is for the benefit of the fandom to stay on the right course and on the right path. So you're not out here chasing behind somebody that's going to ultimately let you down, right? Or ultimately lead you down a path of like, hey, well, guys, I mean, that movie being successful, it doesn't have to be, man. Like, you guys got to wake up and smell the coffee. And I'm not really talking to the chat because I already know y'all know. I'm just asking y'all to spread that message because there are some among us who kind of don't understand that. And they keep sharing information from these people that the information is layered with propaganda BS. Like, I'll just kind of spoil it a bit. Like when this individual that we're going to show, he was giving backhanded compliments to Zach and his work and then saying stuff like, BVS was a failure or disappointed. And the dude just started sounding like THR or Variety or, these number of different legacy media platforms that were saying the same dumb nonsense. But when you look at the numbers, they're full of crap, So we're in 2025 and you got a guy who was at one point saying a bunch of stuff against this new Superman L movie. And then all of a sudden he started sprinkling in propaganda. And now he just came out right and said, oh yeah, by the way, this movie, I'll let the video play it. Give me 1 second. And while the video plays and Skywalker gives his thoughts on it, I want to go ahead and I'm gonna send you the DM in just a moment.
Yep, I'm gonna let this play a couple times just so everybody can get like a clear.
It's at the bottom.
Yeah, no, like I'll go ahead and hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let this play a couple times and then I'll give my thoughts afterwards.
What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful.
Bro.
That's the guy,
bro,
who was all on board with damn near eviscerating this movie. But anyway, go ahead, brother.
Bro, before I even get to this, right? You want to know what's so funny to me is that we're sitting here having these conversations and we're wait, what's today's date? We are on June 7th. A little bit but like we have a little bit longer than 1 month until this movie comes out. I just have a question, Leon, right? And this is like from the bottom of my heart, bro. Why the fuck do they keep bringing up Zack Snyder?
Bro,
that's
a great question,
bro.
Like,
y'all see,
seriously.
Homie kept doing it in the fucking chat, right? They can't help but keep Zack Snyder's name in their mouth, bro. Everybody that has sat there and tried to pander for this movie continues to bring up Zack Snyder. Shit is weird, bro. It's weird. Try forming a complete argument about why we should go see this movie without including Zack Snyder in it. I don't think any of you guys have been able to do that. Right? And not only that, but yeah, all this propaganda shit, bro. Like, we literally said, hey, as we get closer to this movie, you're gonna start seeing who's who. Right? This is not the why do we know this? Because this shit has happened time and time and time again. People start sharing this shit, and then all of a sudden, these people getting ingratiated with the community, and oh yeah, I'm just like one of y'all. And then after a while, they show, hey, I'm really not like y'all. Right? And it's fine. Right? Like, everybody doesn't have to be on social media or any of these platforms for the same reason, right? We don't have to be, you know? And so when we try to do what we do and we're doing it with a purpose, right? When people come over here and if your purpose is not aligned with what we got going on, then usually, you know, the shit becomes self-evident, bro. Like, how many times has this happened, man? You know, time at people that we used to do content with, right? Same time, it seems like these people be over here, you know, hey, fellow high schoolers, hey, fellow Snyder fans,
Right.
right? And then all of a sudden, it's hey, come on, like, you know, nah. Let's go over here and go fuck with James Gunn real quick. And it's like, wait a minute, like, what are you doing? Bro, y'all the police, bro.
Facts.
You guys are the police. We know. You don't think that I can spot a cop? You know, like, yo, I was just having that conversation with somebody, bro. And it's way worse because I was in the military. Y'all think I can't spot the, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Y'all some undercovers, bro. Just be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Damn, bro. Shit's crazy, bro. It just happens time after time after time, bro. The same damn process over and over and over again. They be over here. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, I'm just like y'all. They start getting a little bit of clout and be like, oh, yeah, man, they're really on our side. And then after a little bit, it's like, bam. Wolf in sheep's clothing, bro.
Yep.
But they don't know that we got dire wolves over here, homie. So, you know what I'm saying? The dire wolves is back. What y'all talking about, bro? Y'all didn't just hear that they brought the dire wolves back?
Yep. Literally.
Come on, man. He said, don't forget if somebody wanted y'all to put out a word of support for Gunn. Bro, that was another moment, bro. Crazy. Let's say that we respect Gunn. Right? Crazy, bro. But anyway, anything you want to add, Leon?
Nah, I mean, look, I just think that, you know, again, I'm just over everybody trying to act like first of all, I'm overly explaining myself when I say
hey, I said that shit a couple streams ago, bro. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
How many times do we have to be right?
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Hey, yeah. I won't ask permission. I just ask forgiveness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm asking for neither. That's a fantastic old saying. But in this case, I'm asking for neither. Nah, man, because it's the track record is too strong. You know what I mean? Like, nah. People be so hungry and chasing like these little outsiders because they want the outsiders to be one of us so bad. Look, that validates us. You're already validated, man. You don't need this dude. And you don't need dudes like him. They are the media.
Real quick, Leon, right? That's why I don't care when people like that guy come in the chat saying whatever that they got to say. Let them get it off. You think I care about somebody that literally just legit said that my channel isn't growing? When we all know that shit is a lie. So it's like you either don't watch me or you're just capping. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Which means, why would I give a shit about what you have to say? Why would I care? Why? Right? Not only am I asking why, but somebody else is also asking why. Right?
Just watched the new Superman trailer here with Sean Fennessy and Chris Ryan on Bill Simmons. Why? Why does this movie exist? Why? Just watched the new Superman trailer. Here with Sean Fennessy and Chris Ryan on Bill Simmons. Why? Why does this movie exist? Why?
Why?
Bruh, what does that have, bro? But look, they'll sit there and watch that shit and turn around and be like, yo, but Zack Snyder's a hack. What does that have to do with the fucking trailer being ass, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can say whatever you want about
God,
whatever
bro.
filmography, whatever director, but like, you know, like, it still doesn't change the fact that people ain't feeling this fucking movie. You know what I mean? I like what Kunim just said.
Yeah, this whole shit feel like a psyop,
Hey,
bro.
Kunim, remember what you just said, because that's what I be trying to stop. Because
Facts, bro.
ask Sky, man. I read life like the Matrix, dog. I read between the lines, and I see stuff from a mile away, and I see it creeping up, and I get ahead of it every time.
Crazy.
And lo and behold, this dude literally had the complete opposite energy and verbiage literally like a week or so ago.
Right? Was just talking about how much, bro. It's like y'all was just talking. Y'all act like the shit y'all be saying ain't on the internet forever, bro. It's so crazy. Maybe we're the weird ones, bro. Right? Pause. Maybe we're just not flexible enough.
Nah, I feel you, right? Like,
right? Maybe we're not malleable. Right?
Yeah.
Kunim.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I appreciate your thoughts, Kunim.
Or is it Kanim?
Kanim.
Because that looks
Kanim.
like Kuh.
Yeah, it's Kanim.
Like,
yeah, Kanim.
Like, yo, what up?
You know what's funny? I was gonna say Kanim, but I was like, I don't know if I.
What up, Kuh? That's what that looked like to me, bro.
That's a cool sounding name.
All right.
But yeah, man, I appreciate your thoughts, and remember that, bro. Like, remember that this is absolutely what you think it is. To be literally honest with you, it is exactly what you think it is. They use the same type of propaganda tactics in order to spin and get people to like, because if it tanks, then they could just keep going forward and the public can go, oh, it's fine, right? And there's nothing that comes behind it, no conversation about that. You get what I'm saying?
All right. Hey, bro, look, this guy, Ronaldo, which I've never seen this account before, says crazy how you guys are doing SEAL, knowing damn well he was in the dirt with you all trying to restore the Snyderverse. Like most of us regular folk out here, we want DC to strive. Now, Ronaldo, maybe, I don't know if he was around, bro. Right? Like, yeah, I don't know this. Right? I don't know. But it's like, when homie had that situation happen and he lied on the big dog, right? And like was caping for somebody that lied on the big dog, you know, it's just unforgivable, bro. It's just unforgivable. And I don't think anybody over here doesn't feel the same way. We all saw it happen.
Facts.
We all saw it happen.
Facts.
So cool. Right? And yeah, and actually, homie still owe me because he never paid to get them shoes clean. Anyway, bro. Nah, dude. Look, this shit is wild though, bro. It's really wild, man. Because you're seeing this play out, dog. Like just time after time. Every time is that we start getting closer to like a trailer coming out, and now it's a situation where all the cards is going to be put on the table because the movie's about to come out, and WB is getting more and more desperate. DC Studios is getting more and more desperate, right? To the point where, you know, as I'm going to discuss like a little later, I think they're sending their influencers out trying to kill the prospects of another movie, which is weird to me. And it's kind of like the same people pushing these narratives. That's why this shit is so wild.
Yep. And it's interesting that movie that they're trying to kill was actually killed. It was the movie that killed another movie. You know what I mean? Like it's just the snake that keeps eating itself. The Ouroboros.
Wow. The Ouroboros, bro. He said still purge the people who helped him. Facts, bro.
Yep.
They know that. He said, I hope so. Look, these are day ones, bro. These are day ones. And y'all trying to come in here and talk about what we need to be doing and what shouldn't be doing. Look at what the people are saying. I'm not saying this shit.
Facts.
I'm not saying this shit.
Right.
What are you talking about? How dare you? Especially somebody being new.
Yeah, some rando account that deletes their messages after they say something. Get the hell out of here.
Crazy.
Man.
He said, Sky, what's the bruh? That shit is 363 million plus 200 for the marketing. Whoo. And it ain't got to be profitable. Did the Snyderverse have to be profitable? Bruh, I wish we was having these fucking conversations back then, dog. I wish. Could you imagine, bro? Like, people trying to push, hey, man, the Snyder shit don't even got to be profitable. What are you talking about? It don't even got to make no money.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine, bro?
They call us all idiots.
Bro. He said 250. Bro, hey, and Sin Havoc been on point.
Sure has.
More than y'all been.
Sure has.
They be coming in here trying to say we don't know what we talking about. Cool one seeing trolls calling the true Soup's budget fake. Crazy. Nah, man. Hey, see, but this what all that twerking gets you. That's what happens.
Bro, it's wild because like we were called liars and grifters or whatever when we were talking about that budget since day -1. And now it comes out a month before release, the actual budget, and it's the same shit we've been saying. If not worse. If not worse.
If not worse, bro. If not worse.
I was on record saying 400 something, right? I said about 450.
Facts.
I said at the most. I said at worst it's 450.
And we undershot it, bro.
Undershot it.
We undershot it. Oh,
Wild.
Hey, bro. I was not familiar with their game, bro.
Bro.
Bro, I was not familiar, bro. I was not familiar with their game, bro.
They proved us wrong.
They said, hold my fucking beer, dog.
Facts.
This shit about to be the most epic fucking failure in the history of Hollywood. Not only is this shit gonna flop and gonna kill the DC universe, not only are we gonna Batman and Robin this, John, but we about to make this shit the biggest flop of all fucking time. You have got to be kidding me, bro.
The motherfucker said, he said 450. We can do better than that.
Right? Bruh.
That's crazy.
Kaneem says, I swear I didn't even care about all this profit stuff before. I just enjoy movies. But they kept trying to use it to trash Man of Steel and BVS. So I can't let them slide in. Bruh, exactly. We've been here since the genesis of this shit, bro. Since Snyder said let there be Man of Steel, bro. We've been here since the beginning of this shit. Do you understand?
Let there be lights, camera, action.
Let there be lights, camera, action. Exactly, bro. Right? And that shit was Man of Steel was the highest grossing Superman movie of all time. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared, bro. BVS got pulled out of fucking China early, right? When it was making money. They still use that movie not making $1 billion to this day.
Speaking of that, do you have that video?
Bro, of course I do. Bro, I still hear motherfuckers bring up BVS, bro, and it not fucking making $1 billion. Oh, yeah. That was the shit, right?
That.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let me go ahead and play this video, bro, because I think that this is exactly what the F we've been talking about.
This what led up to the first video we just showed y'all. Hey.
You did? That's when Leon been on this shit. right? But let's go ahead and play this out real quick.
I think earlier this year, Nolan had that really cool comment where he said, there's not a science fiction or superhero movie in the past 10 years that I don't see Zack Snyder's influence on. And, you know, being a big fan of Zack myself, I was like, oh shit, like Nolan is giving flowers to Zack's style. That's crazy, but it tracks. So they worked together on that. The point is, coming out of Nolan's stuff, the approach was really to try to make it darker, gritty, and more realistic in a sense. And I do think that worked if you look at Man of Steel. And, you know, the thing about DC was as Zack's stuff was going, and I think Batman v Superman was clearly just disappointing. That movie obviously should have made $1 billion, maybe more. I mean, these are two incredibly popular characters, right? So Batman v Superman is clearly a bad... it was a mistake in the franchise, right? It just, for whatever, it didn't connect. Maybe there was a version of it that was much better, but the theatrical version, whack. And it really breaks that universe. And remember, they have him doing Justice League, but they start tinkering with it like crazy to try to make it more like Marvel. They were looking at what Marvel was making with their movies and money, and they were like, we want to replicate that. Now, the thing that's wild is nowadays when you look at Zack's movies and how much money they made, and then you look at what all the other DC movies have made, minus like the Joker, and you're like, holy shit, maybe that was the peak. Like maybe that was the top of the mountain because, dude, Zack's stuff was making way more money than these movies make nowadays. Again, minus the Joker and strangely Aquaman for some reason.
So, can you play the other one now? The shorter one?
What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful.
Woo! Shit!
Do y'all see what I mean when I say
Woo!
propaganda? It's I'm a fan. Then I'm gonna sandwich it with a bunch. Then I'm gonna say a bunch of bullshit in the middle, a bunch of bologna, a bunch of cheese. Then I'm gonna put another piece of bread on the end of it and say, man, he really made a lot more money than these other movies. Propaganda, bullshit, BS, nonsense. That movie wasn't a disappointment, quote unquote.
Crazy, bro, but they still, that's my point, bro. They still bring this shit up to this day, but then this movie don't gotta be profitable.
Right.
What fucking world are we living in, bro?
BVS was a disappointment.
Was it like 876 million?
Superman L doesn't have to make a profit.
And it has more fucking DC characters in it, including Batman, by the way.
Like how does that make sense? They're two really popular characters. It should have made $1 billion. Okay, what about the Superman movie? That's got every superhero ever in
it. Right? And it don't even have to be profitable, dog. What the fuck are we talking about?
Crazy.
What are we talking about, bro?
BVS made well over $1 billion.
What are we
adjusted for inflation? Bro? And even before you adjust for inflation, it made well over $1 billion when you count merch and all types of numbers, man. Toys,
bro. Facts. The BVS toys sell more than Superman shit right now, dog.
Facts. 100%.
Crazy. What's wrong with these people, bro?
McFarlane went so stupid with how he sold those toys. He started selling the same damn BVS toy, like remixed in different ways, like cracked helmet version. Real quick, cracked helmet version. This one comes with the spear. This one comes with the Alfred. Like literally, like the same two figures were sold 4 different ways, and damn near all of them sold out. Fans started catching on, like, damn, bro, you just milking this shit out this BVS thing.
Hey, he said the Iron Giant was a financial failure. It's also an iconic film that is taught in classrooms. Films are products, but they're also art. Focusing on its financial success is generally useless for art. Okay, couple things. One, how much did the Iron Giant cost? Right? Was it the most expensive movie of all time? I don't think it was. Was there follow-up films? Was there like an Iron Giant 2? Was it supposed to like launch a universe? Right?
Iron Giant was like what, 48 mil, something like that. Budget
right?
wise, I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
something like that. Not 563, potentially higher. Right? Like crazy, bro. Crazy. Now we comparing this shit to the Iron Giant? Bro, it's been Godzilla -1. Now it's the Iron Giant, dog. Oh my
That's
God,
wild.
bro. Oh my. W Mir with the $10 super chat said, WB, I activate my trap card. Dumb down. Now, by giving up 363 of my life points, I can lower the attack of my monster by 500, drawing sympathy from your monster not to attack. Yo, oh my God, bro.
That's funny.
Woo wee. Let me go ahead and give you this drop, bro. Damn, that was funny, man. Hold on, where's my drop? There we go.
What are they doing here?
They're selling, Mortimer.
Well, that's ridiculous. Unless that crop report...
God help us.
I told you we shouldn't have committed everything, you asshole!
I gotta get Wilson and tell him to sell.
Wilson, where you going?
Oh, you idiot. Get back in there at once and sell.
But
Crazy, bro. Crazy. The Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant.
He said Iron Giant made a cameo appearance in Ready Player One. And you ain't seen his ass since, bro.
The Iron
Where's
Giant,
the Iron Giant universe, dog? Because obviously that was supposed to like spawn some universe of movies. Right? that was, bro.
Homie said it was being
bro. You know how when you like, I just felt that.
I know, right?
Like, what are
you
talking
see why
about,
I
bro?
growl?
The fucking Iron Giant, bro.
That's funny. Yeah, hey, look, I respect and appreciate both of those characters too. Superman more than the Iron Giant, obviously, Skoga, but come on. You're not spending 500 million and not expecting a profit.
What?
That has fuck all to do with art. Excuse my French.
What? Bad Dan with the member chat for 17 months in. So why did they use Black Adam's box office failure as an excuse, considering that was the start of a rebooted DCU? James Gunn, I'm going to be making more DC movies. Shareholders after Superman flops.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
Hey, what a great alley-oop, Bad Dan.
Hey, facts,
That's
bro.
a great alley-oop.
Hey, facts,
that
bro.
was a great alley-oop. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Hey, that damn alley-oop that I came through and slammed that shit, bro. Facts, man. Hey, nah, man,
no,
but this is crazy, bro. We have to, yo, do you see what kind of can of worms this opens up, bro? Just for this movie, dog. This almost feels like some Captain Marvel shit, bro. This almost feels like a Captain Marvel situation,
it definitely
right?
Does, man.
Where like there was all this like fake hype and shit, and all these like goalposts being moved, and you know, you had Rotten Tomatoes changing the way that they was even like letting people talk about movies before they come out,
bro.
Right?
That was an insane era that it still exists. Like it pretty much tanked Rotten Tomatoes. That was like the nail in the coffin. Like people already was kind of like whatever about it, and they still kind of sort of went to it as an aggregate. Don't nobody fuck with that site no more, man. Because word of mouth got around that you can't trust it. They're stopping people from just having an opinion. It went along right. It went right along with the political propaganda. Like quite literally, it went right along with it. Everybody was like, "Oh wow, this is permeated entertainment." Like fully
Crazy, bro.
interesting.
Crazy, man. And they trying to tell you that you tripping, right? And that you the one that's wrong. And we keep seeing this shit. We keep seeing it. We keep seeing it. Right?
Bat Dan, allegedly, yeah. That's what ushered them into $1 billion. Because like quite literally, the next film did not do that for Captain Marvel. Like that whole audience just completely disappeared. As opposed to like Aquaman, where like it hit $1 billion and then like DC as a brand started to die. But there still was a bunch of people that went to go see Aquaman 2, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Aquaman 2 didn't do bad.
Right? Yeah. Which is crazy.
It was disappointing, but it didn't flop.
Which is crazy. So like it goes to show, hey man, it really depends on what that last movie was like. And this shit just don't look good, man. But hey, I think that as we continue to get closer and closer to the release of this movie, you are going to continue to see people crash out, yo. I really do. I really do. Really do, man. Right? Look, he says, I think the mainline critics crapped on Man of Steel because that movie was critical of socialist as communist style governing systems. It championed the individual, collectivist idiots that don't like that, bruh.
There's a lot, bro. A lot of what you're saying, if not all of it, is exactly why. One of the biggest reasons, I should say, why they don't rock with him and his work. Remember, I've always talked about that guy about the underlying themes in all his films with DC.
Yes.
What this dude talking about,
bro?
What? You got to be a bot, bro. Hey, can one of the mods? I'm not saying block this guy at all. I want you to go to this guy's account to see how long this account's been around.
Hey, this is crazy.
You can do that as a mod, right? You can click on their account and then
this
see how
crazy.
long.
You wanna know why that this is crazy?
Mods, and I want y'all to put in the chat how long this dude has been in existence.
Y'all want to know why this is crazy? This is crazy for a couple reasons, but most importantly, bro, wasn't we just talking about fucking Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi's jobs being on the line because these movies weren't like making a lot of money? And then
okay, so he just sounds like a bot. All right.
So Sinners is a great example. Sinners that could have had all the fucking critical fucking reception in the world. If that movie didn't make that money, they was out of here. What are we talking about?
It's real, bro. Because like
they was out of here.
Yo, check this out. And to your point,
was out of here, bro.
To your point, according to all these little insiders and all these little YouTubers, they still were voting on getting them up out of there. Even though they're coming up on a near $1 billion hit in Minecraft and a large critical and financial success in Sinners. They still were talking about getting up out of here.
Still in the hot seat.
Yep.
Crazy. But so obviously the money matters more. It's the money, Lebowski. It's the money, dog. It's the money. It's always been the money. And I will continue to do this. I will show you Transformers. They're still making movies, dog.
Bro, I said that during the time of when everybody was debating about quality and all that other stuff, and I'm like, look, man, My Little Pony, Transformers. If there's an audience, man, if I ain't rocking with it, I'm not gonna sit there going on other people's channels talking about how they trash for liking it, right? In the same way, I'm not gonna sneer at somebody for wondering why they continue to make these movies. They make billions. So
Barbie 2 coming, right? Ain't they gonna do a Barbie 2, bro?
They need to. They should. Right? They made a billion.
I
didn't watch that movie at all.
Movie, bro.
Not at all.
Right? I'm not interested.
No.
But hey, am I gonna blame them for continuing to make more movies?
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
Obviously not, bro. I don't care. I get it. The shit made money.
James said if I speak, I will be banned. No, you good, bro. Kaneem, what is it? These critics and YouTube try to be. Yep.
Oh,
Yep. That Ragnarok comparison. Yep. Yeah, these critics, man, and these YouTubers, they sit inside of a chat, like they have a text chat, and they have like DMs and stuff, and they're all like in a group, and they kind of go where they're told.
Yeah,
and
bro.
They they march to the same steps. You know what I mean?
The same steps, bro.
And one of these guys allegedly might be in the pocket of a 1KK that's a part of Star Wars. I'll leave it at that.
Yep. He said they already they don't need to be intimate, bro. Come on, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Back then with the $5 super chat saying, I'm going to fire DeLuca and Abdi. What shareholders should be saying after Minecraft and Center?
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
Facts.
No, you're not. Right. He said, he's a question. If Zack Snyderverse movies was such a success for WB, why boot him? Why was they giving Superman 2 to Michael Bay and James Gunn, but not Zack, if Zack was such a moneymaker for WB?
Answer some of this.
What did you say, bro?
I said I want to answer some of this.
Oh, no. Go ahead, because I was going to cook, but by all means.
It goes back to, where's that comment? It goes back to this. That's part of the reason.
I was about to say, like, we was just talking about this, bro.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. Like, as you can see, and look, this used to be just like you guys are wondering. No, fuck that. Look at all entertainment right now.
Facts, bro. Facts.
It's quite literally the antithesis.
What are we talking about?
This conversation that 5H Art said. Hopefully I said that correctly.
Bro, this is crazy, bro.
Think about that, right?
Bro, the whole internet has been having the same conversation.
Correct.
About these movies being woke.
Yep.
Right? Like, oh my God, it's all this propaganda,
yep.
right? And then you say, oh, but if Zack's stuff wasn't successful, then why did they boot him out? Because the shit wasn't woke. And it wasn't gonna be that way.
Nope.
Zack does diversity in like real and organic ways, bro. ZSJL is like one of the most diverse casts, but he did what I said that you should always do. Instead of like race swapping people, why don't you just cast people in the fucking role? Like, just have black characters and put them in there. Like, what are we talking about?
Some things that he did made absolute sense when it came to like culture enhancements or cultural swapping, whatever you want to call it, right? Instead of Aquaman being like the shortcut haired, simple looking beach guy, he made him look like a Polynesian tatted up dude who surfs and is a rocker. Like that goes with a concept of what Aquaman has been in comics and also could be, right? You get a kind of neurotic version of the Flash, right? Kind of like jittery, and that could be somebody who is hyped up on coffee, he seems like, right? that kind of goes with a speedster. Little tidbits that are like, oh, that makes sense for this type of character and that type of character, and that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the reason why, because his work is the antithesis of what's going on in Hollywood. That's number one. And number two, the ultimate biggest reason why, besides all the other stuff, is that they're trying to get these movies watered down to the point that they can fit in with some dumbass Marvel DC crossover, period, which has been in the works for years now, decades even. What were you going to say, Scott?
Bro, this is what I mean by propaganda. This comment says Zack movies made less than Wonder Woman and Aquaman. The first Wonder Woman made $400 million, dog.
The first Wonder Woman? You talking about in profits?
Box office. It made.
No, you said 400. It was 800.
The first one?
Yeah, Wonder Woman. Yeah, it had like 700 to 800.
I'm looking at it right now. What I see is 412, 563, 408. I don't remember Wonder Woman making $800. Oh wait, no. It is at the top. Oh, it was 412 domestically, right? But anyway, BVS cleared that anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So now what? BVS cleared that. There you go.
Also, hold on, man.
BVS cleared it.
Hold on. If we're going,
which was the first movie that she was in. So her solo movie didn't make what her fucking. Never mind, bro.
No. Here, I got this real quick. It's a progression of the brand, man. If you look at when the MCU was first formed, it's not going to make the same kind of money that X-Men did. They're both Marvel brands. It's not going to make the same shit that Spider-Man did, even though they're all a part of the Marvel brand, correct? What happens is the audience is aware that they're looking at something new, right? They're looking at something that's the beginning of something, right? The beginning of the MCU was a lot different from DC because DC was more of a household name, obviously. But if you look at every MCU movie, they made very little compared to what they did, what they ended up progressing to. Same thing with the DCEU. When the DCEU started, each movie made more than the next, and it kept going higher and higher. It's a progression of the brand. The audience got used to what they were seeing, and they kept coming back until Warner Brothers drastically changed everything. This isn't this director versus this movie situation. It's literally they started feeding itself. Man of Steel fed BVS. BVS fed Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman fed Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was supposed to feed Justice League until Warner Brothers effed all that up. And all those movies I just named pre-Justice League made a shit ton of money combined as a brand, more so than the first MCU films did combined before Avengers. DCEU as a brand was a progression of profit, a progression of a brand, and in garnering an audience.
Right. Hey, Mr. Moody is saying because Zach didn't make the movies woke, that's why they threw him out, and then he starts laughing. Right. You know what's so funny? We've said for years now that they were pushing towards this Marvel DC crossover. Have we not, Leon?
Correct.
Have we? And isn't it fair to say that
I'm gonna checkmate him? I'm just waiting for you to finish already because I already got something.
Hold on. What's funny is that like when we never mind. Go ahead, bro.
What happened to all of the Marvel films? Quite literally, after the saga, the Endgame saga ended, what happened to them? They went what? Starts with a W, rhymes with choke. All of them. Star Wars did it. Marvel did it. Halo did it.
Hey, oh my God! Don't even fucking get me started on Halo, bro. No, all these franchises did it, bro. All these franchises did it, and we're sitting here having this conversation.
That was the Hollywood mandate.
Like we're literally sitting here having this conversation, bro. When all of the internet has been fucking talking about this same shit for years, bro.
And I didn't say that was the reason. I'm saying that was one reason.
A reason
for those with comprehension issues. That was a reason. Yep. Not the reason, a reason. And it's quite clear that that was a reason.
Yeah.
Everything else went down that path.
But nah, bro.
Lack of masculinity in lead roles. The lack of male roles
man.
that had competent, intelligent leaders.
Bro, none of these conversations have been going on the internet, Leon, about this stuff being woke.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
bro, there's been no videos.
Yeah, this is the first time
there's been no videos made.
Yeah, like what?
Right? Snow White don't exist, right? Like we've just been having these conversations, bro. People talking about Pedro Pascal and why they mad at him. Are they not?
Facts. And wondering if that's going to affect Fantastic Four, which I don't think it will. you know, because it's not as, I'll just say Hollywood instead of saying woke. It's not as Holly weird as prior Hollywood shit. You know, pre let's say the election phase. Because since the election, I think things have been kind of teetering towards, you know, going back to trying to tell a cohesive story as opposed to some agenda bullshit, some Hollywood shit.
Who said that the film failed? See,
I mean,
bro,
this
all
is
right,
a comprehension
I'm done,
issue. Yeah, this
I'm
is a
done,
comprehension issue. I don't
I'm
care
done.
at this point.
I'm done.
I don't care at this point.
I literally
It wasn't even the question. The question was why did they not rehire him, and why didn't they want to work with him?
Why did he get kicked out?
If he's someone that you can't control and he doesn't want to go along with the Hollywood agenda, then they got to get him up out of there.
Facts, bro.
Same way with everybody else that doesn't want to be a part of it.
Same thing.
Like,
bro. But here's the thing, though, right? Tell me why we wasn't having these conversations when his movies was coming out. When this shit's gonna make less. So look, let's get down to brass tacks here, because fuck what all y'all talking about. What about this film making less than Man of Steel? What about that?
Yeah, they're somehow trying to
what about that
into a BVS conversation.
What about that?
What is BVS? DCU came and went.
What is BVS
for now?
ZSJL, Justice League, Aquaman. What does any of that shit got to do with this movie flopping, dog?
Facts.
With a $500 million budget.
Let's remind the audience of why we're here. Can you play that clip, please?
One more time. I'll play them back to back because I love context.
Word.
I think earlier this year, Nolan had that really cool comment where he said, there's not a science fiction or superhero movie in the past 10 years that I don't see Zack Snyder's influence on. And, you know, being a big fan of Zack myself, I was like, oh, shit, like Nolan is giving flowers to Zack's style. That's crazy, but it tracks. So they worked together on that. The point is, coming out of Nolan's stuff, the approach was really to try to make it darker, gritty, and more realistic in a sense. And I do think that worked if you look at Man of Steel. And, you know, the thing about DC was as Zack's stuff was going, and I think Batman v Superman was clearly just disappointing. That movie obviously should have made $1 billion, maybe more. I mean, these are two incredibly popular characters, right? So Batman v Superman is clearly a bad, it was a mistake in the franchise, right? It just, for whatever, it didn't connect. Maybe there was a version of it that was much better, but the theatrical version, whack. And it really breaks that universe. And remember, they have him doing Justice League, but they start tinkering with it like crazy to try to make it more like Marvel. They were looking at what Marvel was making with their movies and money, and they were like, we want to replicate that. Now, the thing that's wild is nowadays when you look at Zack's movies and how much money they made, and then you look at what all the other DC movies have made, minus like the Joker, and you're like, holy shit, maybe that was the peak. Like, maybe that was the top of the mountain because, dude, Zack's stuff was making way more money than these movies make nowadays. Again, minus the Joker and, strangely, Aquaman for some reason. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful.
Bruh, you know what's crazy, too? We got motherfuckers in the chat arguing about this movie flopping, and then you got people flip-flopping who was also saying that Zack's movies was making way more money.
Facts.
Bro, he just said Zack Snyder's movies was making way more money. And then you got motherfuckers in the chat trying to say, oh my God, but they flopped. What are we talking about here, bro? What are we talking about, bro?
There's two very dumb conversations going on between two goofballs that are kind of having the same conversation with each other, or I don't know, at the same time, which is that they're not successful. They don't need to be successful. They were, they are, they aren't. It's kind of y'all being contradictory in the chat.
In the chat.
But this is why we're here. We're not here to talk about old movies. We're here to talk about this new movie.
Yes.
Have smoke for this new movie.
Exactly. All right. Let me go ahead and move the conversation forward because I want to get this in, right? Because I was talking about this, right, the other day, right? We was really having that conversation and we was mining this out. And I brought this up, but I want to share this video just so I can tell you guys or show you guys rather, like how they really do be putting these little messages in these advertisements, right? Like I want you guys to look at the towels on Luka Doncic, right? Watch this. Now, obviously, when everybody saw that, it was like, oh my God. Did his towel spell traitor? Right? Like, this is right after Luka Doncic gets traded to the fucking Lakers, right? And then all of a sudden, he has on this Gatorade towel that looks to say traitor right across his chest, right? So I want y'all to keep that in mind when we looking at these cookies, all right? because I don't think it's any kind of accident, bro, that these fucking cookies say sperm, dog. I don't think it's an accident, dog. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that this is the type of shit they be going on. So I had to bring a visual aid for you guys, right? Crazy, bro. Tell me them cookies don't say sperm, dog. Why is everything surrounding this movie so weird, bro?
Including the people who want to see it so badly.
Right?
I've never seen grown adults want to see another grown adult in a cosplay baggy costume with big red draws on the outside.
And a diaper on, dog.
In 2025. That's weird to me. This movie could be a success. And I'm still going to be wondering why. What are y'all looking at? Especially if y'all ain't got no kids.
Right?
Yeah, I bet there's a bunch of people in the chat and a bunch of people on social media who, you know, whether they're bots or not, or real people who talking about they want to see this and they're crashing out about going to go see it. Like,
shit's weird, bro.
It's weird. Like, do you have children?
And we was talking the other day about how I think it's weird that all these black dudes been coming in my chat for recently. You know what I mean? And they all want to see Superman, dog. It's weird, bro. It's weird. Nah.
All of a sudden we
talking about this shit, dog. We talking about this shit, right?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Shit's been weird, bro. Cause like I've been on YouTube for some years, bro. I ain't never had these many black dudes in my chat caping for Superman, bro. This shit is weird, dog. What's going on right now? What's going on right now, bro? It's been weird, dog.
Of course you are. I'm a black James Gunn. Right, of course you are, bro.
On,
of course you
I've been on YouTube a long time, bro. Shit just don't be happening like that,
bots,
bro.
Man.
Shit just don't be happening like
that. The red underwear on it, like people don't know that.
The shit is it looked like a diaper, bro. But it's not even just us saying it, right? That's the thing, bro. They want to act like we're tripping, bro. Right?
It's always been the joke about the character too, by the way.
Hold
he
up.
Used to get clown heavy.
Nah, where we at with it? Oh yeah, it's right here, right?
The whole reason that Superman's wearing these granny panties is because David Cornsweet said,
bruh, what did she just call them? Granny panties, right? Okay.
She sure did.
My bad. I thought I was tripping. Let me wait and run that back.
The whole reason that Superman's wearing these granny panties is because David Cornsweet said he wanted to not be intimidating, or whatever that means, to little kids. So that's why he put on these giant underpants. And you're like, who cares? What, you know, I don't think anybody, I mean, you couldn't have gotten sexier than Henry Cavill's Man of Steel. And nobody, I don't think that was ever an issue. Nobody was like, not hide the kid's eyes.
Right.
What a dumb comment. Thank you.
Wait.
Comment, bro.
Wait.
What a dumb comment.
Real quick.
Yeah, annihilate.
Real quick. All right. If you was out in public, bro, and you saw a dude wearing his underwear on the outside of his pants, right? You don't think that would be something that might be like a cause for concern?
Talking like he's saying this shit like like he's wearing business pants, and we're just like,
and we're like overanalyzing, right? Like, bro, even in the trailer, he talking about, hey, guy, eyes up,
eyes up, buddy. Hey,
right?
buddy, eyes up here, buddy.
What was he looking at?
Besides the fact that he's a fictional character, besides that,
I'm dead, dog.
and besides the fact that you just said a moment ago that it's canon, he wears his underwear on sign and it's canon. Besides that, because you were obviously analyzing yourself, this dumb character, you were doing the same thing a moment ago. Besides all that, the dude's wearing his drawers on the outside. This ain't a new joke. Y'all reacting like everything we're saying is new. He's been getting clowned for this for decades until they stop doing it. Like it's just funny, bro.
Crazy, bro. Bruh. And then they say that we're just the ones that's right.
Goofy.
Bro, crazy, bro.
Pissing who off, by the way, because ain't nobody. Oh, that's somebody else. Never mind. I ain't gonna touch on that. Nah, he's cool. He's cool.
Wait. Hold on. Because I had a.
I'm not talking about Superman. I'm talking about that
thing
that you call Superman. I'm talking to Skoga. Yeah.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Do your thing.
And no, I was talking to W Mirror, and then I'll try to get this ready for you. Hold
for
on.
Sure.
Where's here we go.
I saw your thumbnail, yeah.
Because here's the thing. Before you get into saying what you're going to say, I have very mixed feelings about James Gunn.
Yeah.
I knew him when nobody knew him.
Yeah,
he was a nobody. Yeah. He had just written Scooby-Doo and nobody knew who the fuck he was. And he had a blog. This is before even MySpace. He had a blog, and I would read his blog. And I even back then, back before MySpace, I was shaking my head about James Gunn because he posted this story about him and his brother at Six Flags. And his brother, you know, the actor, was hemming and hawing about getting on this ride at Six Flags. And this 12-year-old girl that was standing in line behind him says, "Hurry up, pussy, and get on the ride. There's some of us that are still waiting." And James Gunn wrote, "Oh my God, I can hardly wait till that 12-year-old girl turns 18 so I can fuck her."
Oh my God.
I laughed and then I went, "Oh, what?"
Yeah, exactly.
And he's been doing that shit for a long time. And I got to tell you, when he got put on DC, I consider him right up there with Taika Waititi as far as being an irreverent person. He's very irreverent.
Yeah.
And I don't want somebody irreverent in charge of DC.
Hold on.
But
this was the picture W Mirror was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
Facts.
Nah, man, crazy, bro. But yeah, you want to go ahead and kind of touch on that comment before we move on?
Which one?
The one that you had put in the chat.
Oh, what I said, some of these people are slow.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like I said, and I even clarified, I don't like the characterization. It's a dumb characterization. And I'm allowed to not like a grown-ass adult wearing big red drawers on the outside of his costume. That's stupid as shit to me. It's always been stupid as shit to me, even when I was a kid. Always. I never liked it. I always thought it was dumb. So I'm allowed to dislike it as an adult. And I also never said I didn't like Corn Sweat. I don't even know the guy.
Nobody ever said that.
Never even said his name until just now.
Never even said his name, bro. Never even said David.
Right. But y'all want to act dumb and slow. So I'm
I could have been talking about Zaslav. We ain't even brought up him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even say David Zaslav, bro.
Facts.
Right? Hey, Mama Bear. But yeah, nah, I just want to do you that. kind of address that before we move on to the last topic. You dig?
What up, Mama Bear?
And here's the thing, man, because I kind of caught this at first, like, and one, obviously, when we were having that last stream and we were talking about the box office prospects of like Fantastic Four versus Jurassic World, I want to start with I understand why.
Hold on real quick, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Skoga, shut the fuck up. Honestly, shut the fuck up. That's all I gotta say, bro. You're getting on my nerves now. Like, I'm getting ready to boot you out. Real shit. Real shit. Like, I'm not one of those guys that like gives a shit about like who the fuck. God. Like, I literally, bro. Like, I'll just get you the fuck up out of here because you're getting on my nerves at this point, bro. Like, real shit. In fact, God. Bye, bro. Bye. You're out of here. Just because you're fucking annoying. Bro. But go ahead. What you were saying, bro?
So, what I was saying is, oh shit, that shit fucked up the whole chat for me. Hey, but fuck it, you know. Oh wait, no, there we go. All right, so yeah, he's an option 3. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
facts, bro.
No, damn, I lost my train of thought.
My bad, bro. That shit was getting on my nerves, bro. I'm like, bro, you're not about to sit here twerking for underwear on the outside of a costume and then accuse me of talking shit about an actor and then sitting up here calling us conspiracy. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Everything we're saying makes sense. You obviously want to see this movie, whatever,
yeah,
bro.
That shit is funny, man. Yeah. Nah, okay, so that's where I was. All right, so obviously when we were having that conversation, I understand why a lot of you guys were saying that Jurassic World was going to make more money than Fantastic Four, right? And we were able to kind of have that conversation, right? And the chat kind of started going in a certain way, and it was almost like, you know, I was made to feel like people think that this movie's going to flop for some reason, right? And it was just a little weird to me, right? And then the Fantastic Four tickets go on sale. And then a very funny thing happened, right? So the Fantastic Four tickets go on sale. And I'm going to share this with you guys right now, right? So the Fantastic Four tickets go on sale. And immediately they were the highest selling tickets in one day of the entire year, right? In a timeline where the Jurassic World tickets have already gone on, they already went on sale, and this seemed to have cleared Jurassic World, right? It seemed to have cleared Sinners. It has cleared the rest of the movies for 2025, right? And I was kind of saying, yo, I think that this, so not only did I feel a little bit vindicated by this, right? But also when I was looking around the internet, I started seeing people, the same people that's kind of been caping for this Superman shit, trying to tell me, right, like what it is that, or like trying to tell me that, hey, this shit didn't even really make that much. Hey, this is all smoke and mirrors, guys. Is this even real? Like, they didn't say how much it made, so I doubt this is even like, you know, it didn't. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it made $1 more than Sinners made or $1 more than Jurassic World. It's still the opening fucking day. It made the most after being on sale for one day. And something to take into account, I've been sharing this with Leon and I've been sharing it on streams. I go to fan screenings for these types of things, which are people spending more than 99% of you guys will ever pay to go watch this movie. The tickets are like $50, dog, getting in. And I went to go see Thunderbolts and I saw Captain America, right? Those theaters were not sold out for either one of those. Wasn't even like really close to selling out, right? They usually have like a bunch of the actors come through and all that stuff, but they only do that when when these movies sell out. So it wasn't a whole lot of the extra fanfare outside of like the photo ops and all of the merch and swag and stuff, right? But no, this shit is gonna sell out. This shit is gonna sell out. And those are the diehards. Those are the ones that are gonna see your movie, pay $50 per ticket, right? And potentially see this movie over and over and over again. The hype for this movie is real. And it's just funny how you got people like now we see, because this ain't about no trailer views. I got motherfuckers in my chat talking about analytics. Well, the Superman trailer was viewed to, well, hey, people spending money on Fantastic Four.
Real quick, that's funny.
Dog.
That's funny how we count trailer views and likes, but this ticket sales thing is like, nah, let's everybody ignore that. That doesn't mean anything. Isn't that crazy?
Yep. Bro, this movie is a threat to Superman, bro. If this movie is fucking successful and Superman flops, oh my God, bro. Woo! Talk about a bad look. Talk about a bad look, bro. That is a bad look.
It's sandwiched in between two potential hits.
That's a bad look, dog.
You got Jurassic World.
That's a bad look, bro.
And then you got Fantastic Four.
That's a bad look, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling y'all sleeping on this movie, bro. Bro, Marvel has like 4 to 5 games being promoted right now at all the game, bro. I've been at the gaming conventions, bro. There's Marvel shit everywhere. It was Marvel versus Capcom stuff. They just announced 2 new Marvel games yesterday. A Deadpool VR game. Bruh, this shit ain't no bubble, dog. Marvel Rivals is one of the biggest games in the world right now. The Fantastic Four is on there. You got all that kind of synergy. Bruh, DC ain't got nothing, bro. As a DC fan, do you know how much it pains me? Bruh, I was having some audio issues during that stream. Do you know how much it pained me to be in that fucking audience and to see these dope, big budget Marvel games getting these big, huge pops and ovations in shit, and we can't even get an Injustice 3?
Me and Scott been talking about that for days, bro.
What are we talking about, bro?
That shit is aggravating.
Crazy, man.
This
is crazy, bro. They will for sure be in your face telling you, don't believe the people that's spending the money, right? Don't believe the people that's buying the tickets. Believe them trailer views, right? Believe them trailer views. The fuck? Bro, get out of here, dog.
That's what I was telling Sky the other day. I was saying that you had to like wait for that shit. Like I'd be clicking on a channel that talks about like, I don't know, politics or whatever, or sports. And all of a sudden this dumb ad pops up and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm waiting for it to go. I'm waiting for it to go and it doesn't go. And then all of a sudden
a view.
Finally it goes to skip and it's like the next one, a next ad comes up or whatever. And one time I saw a back-to-back of that shit. They knew what they were doing, man.
Nah, bro. Don't believe the ticket sales, bro. That shit is false. The ticket sales ain't like real, but them trailer views, that's what you should go off of. Get out of here, bro. Come on, man. I've been saying it, and I'm telling y'all, if Fantastic Four end up clearing Jurassic World, bro, I'm gonna come on this internet and talk so much shit. I swear on everything, bro. On everything, dog. I swear on everything, bro.
I'm with it. As far as that, I personally don't even want to promote any sort of beef between the two franchises at this point. I want them to both team up.
Yeah. No, I'm seeing both.
Jurassic. I know, right? I'm messing with you, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, whichever the Fantastic Four could hit $1 billion, I'm happy with it. Jurassic World could hit 500 million, as long as they're both more than that other shit.
When's the last time they even released a Batman game, bro?
Crazy,
they had a Batman Arkham VR shit at IGN, bro. But that's old, and that's like niche, man. VR stuff is very niche, bro.
It really is.
VR stuff is very niche. Like I just did Beat Saber earlier. You know what I mean? It's very niche, bro. He said, don't believe your own eyes. Yeah, don't believe them ticket sales either. Don't believe that.
WWE says
Right?
Smurastic. We keep forgetting about Smurfs too. That's gonna suck
bro.
up some money.
Yep.
It's like it reminds me of what was it, 2008, The Dark Knight, and Mamma Mia came out, and people were saying, "Man, I ain't watching Mamma Mia." Blah, blah, blah. Mamma Mia still did great because you still had people that wanted to see that type of genre.
Yeah.
And which cause still hit $1 billion. So we're talking in this scenario, we got Jurassic World that comes from $1 billion franchise, and that's before you even include Jurassic Park, like Scott said a few streams ago, right? And then after that, you have Fantastic Four that's got hype and ticket sales. And then you got Smurfs in it. You got a lot of stuff drawing that money.
Hey, I know one thing. I know it's gonna be some people in them seats when Fantastic Four come out. So at my screening, it's gonna be some people in them seats. I guarantee you. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro.
Yep.
And them tickets is $50 a pop, dog. 50 a pop. Ain't none of y'all spending $50 at a fucking on a movie ticket.
Wait, which ones is 50?
For the fan screening that I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
All right. Smurfs will be the one bomb. Nah, I think.
Wait. F4 and Superman will make 750 combined, you mean? Or separately? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get into that.
Bruh, I don't think there's a chance in hell both the movies make $750 million, bro.
750, bro. Nah.
Yeah. So anyway, bro. Nah, man, this movie is a threat, bro. Because if this shit makes money and that movie bombs, there's gonna be like nothing to save it. Ain't no fucking comic book movie fatigue. Ain't no none of that, bro. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's in the same genre and it's coming out right after you. What are you gonna do?
Hey, Sean spitting. Ben Affleck's Batman script sitting on a table somewhere waiting to be filmed. We live in a society where this happens.
Bruh.
Being a DC fan is hard work in these last 10 years. Seriously, bro.
Bruh. A looming shadow,
bro. Shout out to that post. I gotta find that. We just talking about that earlier,
bro. In the form of money left on the table.
Facts,
bro. That's what it is, bro.
That was a cold post, man. Hey, shout out to me.
Yeah, bro. I keep trying to say that, bro. That was a cold ass post, bro. That shit was cold.
Hey, does the chat remember that? Because Sky remembers that, bro. He be reminding me of that, and I'll be laughing. But when I analyze it right now, that's a cold ass post.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm bugging, bro. Hey, I can't wait till this shit come out, dog. Right? I can't wait till this shit come out. Sean says, "Are you excited for Resident Evil 9?" I actually saw the trailer reveal. They actually did a pump fake. They put a video out earlier, and they was like just saying thank you to the crowd and saying, "Yeah, we're gonna have an update for y'all later." And I was like, man, ain't no way that they gonna just put that video out. And then the show just went on, and I just knew it, bro. I was like, ain't no way that they just gonna put that video out. Just saying, yeah, we'll have something coming for you guys later. I was like, how weird is that? And then at the end of the show, it dropped Resident Evil 9. That actually looked pretty dope. So yes, absolutely.
For sure.
Bat Dan says Marvel fans ask for something. Kevin Feige says yes. For the most part, yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Yep. For the most part, he says they'll say, well, Zach didn't ruin that franchise. James was doomed from the start. It's always the previous guy's fault, right? James says the Batman made 700 million and so will Superman. Bro, that shit got the Batman sequel canceled. so
it needs to make more if that's
and
the,
it's still not
also,
profitable.
Also, historically, Superman has never done as good as Batman.
Bro, I was about to say that, but bro, they spent 563 M's on this movie, dog.
Correct, bro. That's crazy.
Facts, bro.
They spent a box office on the budget.
That's why they
imagine
saying,
that.
Bro, that's why they saying it don't got to be profitable, because they know that they spent a shit ton of money and they know it's gonna flop. They already know. He said the Batman sucked and Superman will be even worse. Yeah, man. Nah, bro. Look, it's just crazy. When I survey the landscape and I see the fact that people that are trying to prop up this Superman movie are at the same time telling people that Fantastic Four, is not it's fucking gonna flop, and they're giving excuses as to why it made the most day one ticket sales out of all the other films. I mean, like, what type of timeline are we living in, bro? What is this, right? Like, we literally sitting here having this conversation and they're saying these things, bro. I don't know. It's just strange to me.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. One dude in the chat was talking about cope. I hear nothing, no comments about these copious ass comments that I'm reading here. Superman making more than Batman. In what world does that ever happen? That's literally never happened. It's never happened. Reeves Superman never did that against Michael Keaton's, right? And that whole 90s run. Returns didn't do that against freaking Nolan's run.
Yeah, not at all, bro.
Hell, Man of Steel didn't do more than BVS. I'm not saying it's a Batman movie, but it's one with Batman as the co-star.
Oh my god.
The dual lead.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. We literally just went over the fucking article, bro. We literally just went over the article. Bro.
This is a troll. This is another Skoga. This is Skoga's little brother.
This is why we think that y'all are trolls, bro.
And y'all are bots.
This is why. We literally read the shit. It said that the $363 million thing wasn't incorrect and that it was an additional 200 for marketing, bro. That's literally what the shit said.
Literally.
That's literally what it said, bro.
I'm hoping the same thing, 5-ish, by the way. Yeah, you don't need to highlight that comment. I'm kidding. But no, yeah, right? Like, come on, man. This is why, like I said earlier, how old are these accounts? And somebody said 2015. They be activating these old ass YouTube accounts and these old ass social media
active
accounts.
Since April 2025. Well, there you go. There you go.
Oh, well, that's even worse.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I get it now. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
But
we're arguing with a bot.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. We literally read this shit on stream, dog. Yo, all y'all be doing is proving this right. All y'all be doing is proving this right, bro. Right?
We've been saying that all along, Sean. I've been saying that all along. That I bet you that it does Superman Returns money.
Crazy.
And I'll even give it Superman Returns with inflation. I'm gonna give it that.
Which is like 5 something. And still less than Man of Steel, dog.
Yep.
That's what's so crazy. And then now all of a sudden this shit don't even gotta be profitable no more. This is so disgusting, bro. It's just so disgusting, dog. It's just so disgusting, bro. Like, now this shit ain't even gotta be. Now we grading this motherfucker on a curve. Bro, he got to be the most protected motherfucker I might have ever seen. Ever, dog. I've never seen anything like this, bro.
Talking about you know who? The pedo enthusiast?
Yeah, bro.
Crazy, ain't it?
Bruh, I've never seen anything like this, bro. The goalposts that get moved for this mid-ass director is crazy to me, dog.
It's wild, man. It's wild. The same accusations and questions that they just gave us in the chat about, you know, the merits of having a Zack Snyder. How dare you? And you won't pose those same questions to the goofball that runs DC Studios right now.
Crazy. Caping for this damn movie, bro. Still got, bro, y'all wake up with Snyder name in y'all mouths, dog. It's crazy, bro. We can't even have a conversation about this movie and y'all not bring this guy up. Bruh, if Snyder's so irrelevant, why do what the Snyder fans think mean so much to you guys? Right? Because I know something. I know if like a person didn't really like, you know, if I didn't see somebody as a threat, I wouldn't, you know, I just wouldn't engage with them, bro. Like,
not at all.
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, bro? Same shit with this movie. Fantastic Four. All of a sudden, we can't believe the ticket sales, dog. But we can believe trailer views. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, bro. He said, bruh, he just said it's a downturn of his career. Bruh, cool. Okay. I'm about to put this motherfucker in a box right now, bro. Okay. Right? Hold on. Where'd that comment go, bro? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh no, I'm gonna get you. Right? Where'd it go? Wasn't one of y'all just talking about the budget was too? Oh yeah, it was you. Thank you. Wasn't you just saying that the production budget was $225 million, dog? If I'm not mistaken, Zack Snyder's Brawler movie, bro. Zack Snyder's Brawler movie is $300 million. So why the fuck is Zack Snyder getting a bigger budget than James Gunn is, bro? Huh? Tell me that. If he on a downturn in his career, why in the fuck is Brawler getting a $300 million production budget? Which, according to your own words, mind you, 225 went into Superman, which supposed to fucking be the launch of a DC universe, right? The launch of a DC universe, right? I went to film school. We don't talk about Snyder or Gunn. Hey, not at the Pasadena fucking the art center, you know what I'm saying, which is a fucking film school with Zach name on the motherfucking wall in the theater. I bet you they talk about Zack Snyder there. I bet you that. Y'all get out of here, bro.
Nah, that dude a bot.
Y'all get out of here, dog. That's late. Y'all get out of here, dog.
Because you know some of these bots, they can't watch the video live. They got to get the transcript. So he looking at stuff late.
Bro, y'all can't.
Yeah, he a bot, bro.
Bro, by their own logic, Zach is more popping. I didn't say the budget was $225 million. You did. So why is the Brawler budget 300 M's if he's on a downturn of his career? I'm gonna quote a man from a movie, a classic piece of American cinema known as White Men Can't Jump. In this world, you either smoke or you get smoked, and you got smoked. Facts, bro.
Wrapped in a pack.
Crazy.
And lit up.
By your own logic, Zach is more popping. to make a UFC movie about people about guys fighting in a cage, guys taking their shoes off and fighting in a cage. That got more of a budget than the start of the DC universe. Started the DC universe. He said, "Bruh, it's because they give extra money to directors on the downturn of their career as a peace offering to just go away." What is wrong with these people, bro? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He said, because Snyder got money from Saudi, not from any movie. Oh, so now it's where the money comes from. No studio. Oh, so Netflix don't count either, right? That don't count either, right? And the fact that they was having conversations with Warner Brothers about acquiring Zack Snyder's DC universe, that doesn't mean. What does that mean, bro? What does that mean? He said checking 5 years of Brawler comes out. So now it's not coming out. Okay, cool. Bro, look, hey, this is the
These are some L takes, man. God
hey, he said gold post on ice, bro. Yeah, now this shit ain't even coming out, dog. Now this shit ain't even coming out, bro. Now it ain't even coming out. All right, so look, bro, we about to get on
funny as hell.
Give your final thoughts, bro.
Bro, my final thoughts are they are aggressively delusional. The cognitive dissonance is on roids right now. That's crazy. And they say we cope. That's crazy. The twerkation is on 10, bro.
But we coping.
That's crazy.
We coping. He just said that the movie that they just announced ain't even gonna come out, dog.
That's wild.
They supposed to be shooting that shit before his fucking Netflix LAPD movie getting shot, right? So that don't matter either, bro.
This man, yo, hey, don't hurt your back, James.
Wait. I gotta play that video, bro. Hold on.
After this live event went so successfully here tonight,
I want to have a meeting with him and the director Zack Snyder. He's a friend. We want to talk about doing big movie about the UFC, like a Cinderella Man, something like this. I will try to convince Zack Snyder he liked the idea and convince also Dana.
Right. Hey, bro, he didn't mean that, bro. He didn't mean that, Leon.
Yeah, no.
He didn't mean that, bro.
He didn't want to make big movie.
Nah,
he's just playing.
No big movie, bro.
He's
no
playing.
big movie.
He did that for all the trolls in the chat that
man.
don't like him.
Yeah.
He did that for y'all. He's like,
yeah, bro.
He's like, I don't like him either. I just like to tease. I like to talk about him.
Because it's not like the Stone Quarry knows how to put a movie together, right? I mean, it's not like they would know what they were doing at all, right?
Yo, they roasted this dude in the chat.
Bro, he said, how many Guns DCU projects just got canceled, bro?
Facts, bro.
He said gold medal for Olympic level mental gymnastics.
Hey,
he said no big movie, bro.
no big movie.
No big movie, bro.
That Olympics is the twerkation.
God,
he got the twerkation gold medal, dog.
Damn, dog.
That man breaking his back twerking, boy. God. That's crazy.
No big movie, bro.
You gotta chill, man. This man gonna hurt his spine.
Damn, man, that movie ain't even gonna come out, bro. What you talking about?
Damn, that's wild.
Yo, bro, look, man. Damn, dog. This is great. This is great. I love it though. I love it. I love
facts, it, bro.
He said, get the Zamboni, bro.
I already told Mars, don't ban him. Don't ban him.
Yeah,
this
bro.
shit funny.
Bruh, they be sliding on ice better than Cool Runnings, bro. On ice. Bro, they be sliding on ice better than Cool Runnings, bro. I swear to God. Dog.
Cool Runnings. Cool Runnings.
Cinderella Man, something like this. Hey, right, yeah. No big movie, guys. No big movie. No,
hey, what did
no movie at all. It just didn't materialize.
What did the sheep tell Zach? What did he tell Zach?
What?
What did he tell Zach?
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
He said, you think you making big movies, Zach? No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Nah, bro. That shit was just a troll.
Because this guy in the chat doesn't want it.
Nah, bro. Nah. He only got that much because he went elsewhere. Oh, right. Cool.
Which is crazy. Like, that's a flex, but he wants to make that a negative.
Bruh. Martin, bruh. Were they making these fucking claims when Martin Scorsese was making Netflix films, bro?
Nah. What about my man? I always forget how to say his name, but you know how to do it. The Mexican guy, the Mexican director. Iñárritu.
Alejandro Iñárritu.
There you go.
I think
Alejandro. I'm just calling Alejandro. If he ever sees this, my apologies, brother. They weren't saying that about him. They wasn't saying that about who else, man? Martin, Alejandro, hell, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'll throw out actors too.
He said this is already more entertaining than Peacemaker. Facts, bro.
I mean, Peacemaker did do YouTube numbers, so
facts, dog.
Yeah.
But hold up, let me put this. Let me go ahead and put this up, bro. You know what I mean? And they be trying to say that this shit is bro. That's what I mean, dog. That's why it's crazy, bro. The passes that this guy gets, bro. It's so wild, bro. It's so crazy, bro. Bruh, if Zack Snyder's Justice League did numbers like this, bro, they'd have tried to burn us at the stake, bro.
Bro, pitchforks.
Hey, bro, it'd have been pitchforks, dog. It'd have been pitchforks, bro.
It'll look like that scene from Frankenstein and one of them scenes from Dracula.
He said, let's see if any distribution company picks up Brawler. Okay, bro. What the fuck, dog? Bruh, I left IGN Live for this. This is a VIP wristband. You guys understand that? This is why I left IGN Live.
Crazy.
This is why. We need better ops, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, bro. Final thoughts, bro. Because I'm for real. I'm done, bro.
I don't even know.
I'm not about to fucking stretch this out no longer, bro.
I don't even know where to begin to end.
I can't even, bro. This is fucking too much, dog.
I don't even know where to begin to end, my brother.
Bro, we started on this trash ass movie, dog. Right? And the fact that your favorite content creators are fucking twerking right in front of everybody's eyes. That's why we're having this conversation. And this shit then went to like Zack Snyder, and all of a sudden Zack is like, you know,
arguing the merits of art,
arguing about the merits of art,
hey, and like Giant,
right?
And fucking, like, are you?
It's like, what the fuck are we talking about, dog? We talking about your favorite content creators twerking. That's what we talk about, bro.
Yeah, James. When it flops, bring your ass back over here.
Facts, bro.
So we can cook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody hop on his little account and save his John. Because I'm going to come to y'all and then DM me whoever did. Because we coming at you.
It's like a few of these dudes, bro. Like,
yeah, it really is.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all. I'm just, it's just been a little weird for me, bro. Like, I ain't on front. Like, a lot of people that's been popping up over here is like the same hue. And it's just, I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna get my final thought after you get Bat Dan starts, because I know exactly what I want to say to end my part of the stream, bro.
He said, "Ops, we're gonna come in with good arguments." Us.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
Oh my god, bro. Hey man, hey.
These are my final thoughts on this whole matter. For those that love to clip up their favorite little YouTubers and these grifters and these shills and these twerkers and these people that have been known to be opposition, I'm talking the Campias, I'm talking the Rokas, I'm talking the Film Threats, I'm talking all these different people that have been flip-flopping, twerking, being direct opposition. Y'all love clipping these people and showing them to the world as if they don't have enough freaking views. And then when they turn around and flip-flop on your ass, you start looking goofy and wondering why. How about you stop clipping them and start clipping people like us? I'm just going to say it just like that. The ones who have been literally correct on 99.999% of the fucking conversation and information and data that we're giving you. Crazy. It's crazy to me. Like,
crazy.
It's crazy. Look no further. You keep searching for a monument. Look no further. Look around you.
If you seek his monument, dog, just look around you, bro.
And those are my final thoughts on that. Beware the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Remember Superman with the fingies, bro?
Yeah, for sure. He said with the fingies. Facts. Beware the snake that looks like that's trying to perpetrate a lasso, man. That's all I'm saying. That's a paraphrase Indiana Jones reference, if y'all ain't catching that. Anyway, those are my thoughts, man. My final thoughts on the matter for now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I for sure left IGN Live to come here. I had a great time as always, but man, this was kind of frustrating at a few points. I ain't even go front, bro. It's like I just want to. That's why I think that might have been my first time actually growling on stream like that, bro. Like,
I know, right? That's usually me,
right? It's usually you, but I actually felt it this time. I was just like, man, crazy, bro. Anyway, look, man. I want to thank y'all for rocking out. Thanks to the people that's always been holding it down, yo, that really know what's up and that never waver, man. Yo, it ain't many, dog. It ain't many, but at the same time, we don't need a whole bunch of people, bro. That's been my case this whole time. We don't need, bro. We got everything we need. We don't need any of these extra people, bro, that's coming in, all these Johnny come latelys, bro, that want to just come in and,
industry plants.
As I said earlier, hey, fellow high schoolers, right? Just think about that shit right now, bro. That whole shit might have been a psyop. All that whole fucking, guy lives in his basement, and all of a sudden he's all critical and shit, and then just leading right up to the fucking movie coming out. Oh, actually, this shit don't even got to be profitable no more. What the fuck, bruh? Yo, hell no.
Right?
Hell no, dog. Hell no. Not letting it happen, bro. It ain't going down. Not on this side, bro. And we're gonna continue to have these conversations, and we're gonna continue to dispel these narratives. And it don't matter what y'all do, right? Because bro, I told y'all better stop me before this damn PC got here, but it's too late. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Last words, dog, because I'm really about to close it down this time. I'm done, bro. I'm done.
I feel you, bro. Hey, bang.